triplets. This morning we wake up, more twins, at least one doubling. And then, good morning everybody. Just doing an update on goats and quail. We have, these quail are about three and a half weeks old. Thursday will be 4 weeks old. And today is Sunday. So we actually got a little grow out cage you see over there, found on Facebook. Don't have a light in it yet, and it's been in the 30s at night, so I'm not gonna use it quite yet. Actually, it's really low to the ground. I don't like how low it is to the ground. I'm gonna probably, I got this shelving unit here in the garage that I bought from Lowe's or Home Depot, and I measured it out, and it's gonna fit perfectly in there if I adjust one of the shelves down or up. And it's also gonna allow me to put a bigger bucket up on top for the water system, because these guys are drinking and eating a ton now. I'll switch the camera around. I just added some bedding. I'm not removing anything, I'm just adding, so it's gonna be like a kind of like a deep bedding system. When it's all said and done, I clean this out, I'll shove it all out, put it in front of the tractor, and I'll dump it on this pile of wood chips that we have from a tree company. It chipped up the neighbor's limbs and everything, and it's gonna let them sit there. I'll end up letting it, I'll just dump all the shavings on top of it, and we'll see if we can't get some kind of, at least part of it. Maybe I'll take some of that wood chips out, some of them wood chips out, and put them in a contained area. Maybe we'll start a compost pile. But so I just added half a bag of these fine pine shavings. You can see how big they are now. We'll grab one of these guys or girls here. Oop. Shoot, this was a little smaller. 3 or 4 different varieties. The jumbo wilds, the pharaoh, or Egyptian quail, I can't remember what they're called. There's the mix. I have a half that are the same, and then half that are a mix. And I think I can already tell, you can see this one right here, it's really dark. I think this is gonna be your jumbo wild. And these are all my Shire Farm quail eggs. I think this one might be the Egyptian or the pharaoh, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Or that one right there, it's got a lighter color to it. But you can hear some of the roosters already. I eliminated 2 of the lights and the heat plate that was sitting right here. So now this is just gonna be the area where I feed them, and water is gonna be easier to access for me. They're going through these waters. And I'll put these bucket lids down just to keep help keep the shavings out, because there's such a shallow bottom on those. And they'll go through these waters twice a day at least. This one will hold 2.5 of these. I added a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Find out which one that is. But there's a few. I don't know how long it takes for them to start getting mad at each other, fighting each other, but you see I just fed them. Feeders aren't the most efficient for this at this point. So have to get them moved, and I have better feeder systems, which I have in the other quail pen for the grown-up quail. That one looks dead. I haven't had one die since the first couple days, so they do really well. But here's the quail. They're still in the 8-foot, I don't know if that's 8 or 6 foot trough. They're not flying out at all. They are heavy. They're not much of a flying bird, not a vertical flight bird. Not comparison to your wild bob whites and gambles and the other ones. So you see how he just hops and flies? They won't fly too high up in the air. They might get a couple feet, but at this stage they're not. You can see him kind of hopping and flying, flapping his wings. So I'm not saying that they won't, but these ones are going to be pretty big quail. They're going to be up to, 15 ounces or so at the biggest. So it's still cold in the morning. I'll throw this over the top, and that leaves enough space, we have enough ventilation. With that shop door open especially, I'll leave this. And then if it gets warm, I'll remove this, at least while I'm out here, and then I can always turn off a light, just unplug one. Haven't had any issues with the lights or anything like that, but yeah, this seems to be working good. I'm ready to, if I were to keep them in here much longer, I'd rather get a couple more of those waters right there. And then we have another set of twins. Both nursing. See, I got the fencing for the pasture, just haven't did it. I'm using this electric still. I got a roll back there. These are all just been sitting here for a while. There's that pile of wood chips I can take and use for compost. Different compost piles maybe. And then here's the goats. We'll go look and see how many babies we have. Yesterday we had 5 altogether. She still needs to kid. So that black and white one, she's already got her twins. One of the triplets here, you can see she's missing. There's that black and white one right here and a black one. They're next to each other. But as you can see, she could be soon. I thought this one right here was gonna drop some kids last night. So they're all kind of do their own thing. They keep the babies separate. They'll usually keep them there for the whole day or two. This spot that they dropped them. So you guys can tell there used to be a pine tree right here. The wind pushed it over, blew it over, and basically chopped it up. But here she is, the all white one. They were both up and nursing. If I can get this on camera, she was really wide. She has like a little, it's not a double, but you see her teat, the one that she's actually sucking off him right now. It's not a double, it's not split, but she's got a little, she's in the way. You can see it a little more. You see how she has a little, looks like a lump on the top. It's almost like a double, but it's not. They were both nursing at the same time. I'll have to get her contained, but I'm pretty sure that they're getting milk out of both sides, so. They're good mothers, Kikos. I'm trying to see which one we got here. It looks like it could be a boy. Usually you can tell just from the size difference. Usually the bigger ones are bucklings. This one's got some really cool coloring. But I'm gonna get in here. But she had twins, and then we have another set. Yeah, we got a buckling, and that's definitely a girl. So you can see this guy. Really cool colorings. Really cool colorings. And this stuff all changes as they get older, and we had one that was all tan that ends up getting a lot of black to them. But they're all completely dried off. She had them sometime last night though, in the cold, right here. What's up, mamas? What's up, mamas? You got your little neckties like your mom? Yeah, she's got those little. She might have some too. Can't tell. Yep, she does. She's got two. So far we have sets, no singles yet. I ain't gonna touch you. Yeah, I'm down to I think only 4 tags, or two tags. So I'll have to go look again. I'm missing a bunch of tags. I have some somewhere. I should have 18 tags of one color, and I can't find them anywhere. See them right there. They're up and playing already. Trying to figure out who's the new kids in town. The ones with tags obviously are the new ones. She's not her babies. Mom's on the other side. And oh, she's right here actually. So she's following the mom. I think that's, no, that's not hers. So that one's hers right there. And it's a girl. It's good. It's not her. They know who's the missing one. Here she is. Or he. We'll find out. New one. They're all the same color. Somebody's got a real dominant gene. What do you got? I can't see you. It's a girl. Alright, get your tail up. Yep, you're a girl. There you go. So we're blowing the bucks out of the water. I don't know, she's over there in the warmth. They'll all start playing around and it'd be fun to watch them. So we have I can't remember how many, I have to look in my notes. Brother and sister right there. They're all kind of getting playful now. Yeah, she had the twins last night as well, and you can tell she had it right here. And I don't see any evidence of any others. So I like to walk around and check, just make sure. Found the tags and the knife. So I should have 18 tags here. And when you buy these tags, they will, they'll let you know what you bought before, so they actually won't let you buy the same number sequence. So you can't screw up. You can change the colors all you want, but if you pick like 80 to 100 or 80 to 99, it won't let you buy the same numbers. So it'll say you can go in there and put 60 to 61 to 80 or 60 to 79 or something like that, because they sell them in packs of 20 through Premier One. But these are for the specifically for Scrapy's tags, the Scrapy's ID, the one that's assigned to you for your state. Got them weighed and tagged, sprayed down their umbilical cords like a betadine solution. But it doesn't take very long. My scale's kind of heavy. It's got a really good scale. I have these little lightweight pavers. They're kind of broken in half, and I use those for the 4 corners. And then it's got adjustable legs, so I take those, carry the scale out, set them up on those pavers, and just make sure they're unloosened, not tightened all the way down, just so get a better accurate reading. Put the mat on it. It's a rubber mat, so they don't slide around. I just weigh one at a time, and when I'm done weighing them, I tag them. And this time I just grabbed one at a time, returned them to the mom. She's got at least one in there. It's pretty wide. But there's the one. They've been nursing quite a bit, so that's good. The about to skip the tags on the left ear, and the Dolans get it on the right ear, I guess. But I tag them right away, so I don't have to chase them around later. And then when they're a day old, a couple days old, you can just walk right up to them and grab them. Once they get their feet under them, they can get pretty quick. So both tagged, and tags look a little oversized, but they grow pretty quick. I already had one. Matter of fact, this one, you can see she has a hole. See through it? She's got the same size tag as this one, this mom. They're just a size smaller than the ones I buy. And she was an escape artist, so she would squeeze her head through stuff and get out, and she ripped that tag right out. Didn't rip her ear or nothing, but it went right through that hole. So I get these bigger ones. And they grow right into them. They look a little heavy now, but oh, she's got, here we go. Here's a different type of tag. See how she's got that smaller one as well. But this one's got my tag in it. See how that one's not gonna pull through like some of these smaller tags. That's kind of a different style tag right here. But they look big on the little 5-pound, 6-pound babies. Yeah, you see, I use these little bricks, like these Spanish bricks. They make them down in Mexico, and just kind of a sand concoction, and they manually like space them and lay them out in the sun. And they're actually pretty light, but basically this is 2 bricks, and that's what I use to level my scale out on. Scale's really good, I recommend it. I have a video on that, unboxing. These are the tags that I use. These are my last 2 of this color. And there's no certain way to do it. I mean, you can manage your own herd how you want. You can color code it wide too. But you see how big they are. They're not going to slide right through the ear. If anything, they'd rip out. But it just depends on if they like to stick their heads where they're not supposed to. There's a couple they just love getting to the other side of fences. This one, she had our biggest one last year. He was sold right away. He was 10.5 pounds. She carries them just like this, so she could have another big one or could have twins. We'll see. As you can see, he is not a Kiko. He's a boar. He is a registered boar. He's not very old. He looks weathered because he's peeing all over himself, but he is a registered, I think he's a quad. Comes from quadruplet kids. They aren't as hardy as a Kiko, I can tell you that for sure. I actually had to worm this guy right away, and he's definitely more approachable than the Kiko bucks, but not as hardy. These guys have never dewormed them or nothing. I trimmed their hooves once. They are about a year old. In about another week, they'll be a year old. And yeah, so a couple of the does, 2 of the does are the mother to these 2, and who knows who got who. They're all gonna be sold. They're not retained for registration purposes. He's a purebred Kiko, and he's a New Zealand Kiko. No strict rule on it. I guess depending on the organization that you register through, I'm not sure, but I know with NKR They don't, they let the breeders run their own farm, so their own program, that's what you want. So if you want to use a starting letter per year, there's a sequence for that. There's a color if you want to do a color per year, so for your own organizational purpose. The problem I see with that is I don't have a huge operation, so if I go buy 20 tags at a time, and yeah, I think you can get them for free as well, some generic tags, but the thing is, like, if you get 20 of one color, you might just use 5 of them, 6 of them, whatever, half of them. Now you got that color that you're gonna wait, who knows when you're gonna use that same color for the following years, who knows how many years. So I just prefer to use whatever tag. I was gonna do a certain color tag for purebreds and the yellow tags for the New Zealand 100%ers, but at this point it's not a big deal to me. And this crop, I don't care. I actually don't know which buck is the sire to them yet. I'm not going to do a DNA on them. I'm planning on getting rid of all of them, so it's not a big deal to me. So I have 3 bucks that they're just kind of meat goats at this point, or pets or whatever. So that's my reasoning right now, just tagging with whatever I have. But however you want to do it. But right now, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's the father. Threw a little bit of grain out over here, so these girls are eating it. She actually got smart, moved her triplets from the tree into this little corner spot that was perfectly blocking the wind because the wind's coming from the north. This is the south side of the building. So here's the buck and the 2 buckling. They're year-old bucklings. And all that means is a purebred Kiko is not a 100% Kiko. New Zealand means 100%. The purebred is like basically 94. It's not even exact, but basically it's 94% Kiko, depending on what guidelines you go by. It's like 93 and some change, 15, 16. I don't know how they measure it, but it's basically 94%. Anything below that is not a purebred. So basically you can work your way up to a purebred, but you'll never work your way up to 100% New Zealand Kiko. So that's how that works.
Mm-mm.
Those are yours. And some babies. Check to see if there's another one. Hope it's these ones that are already born, or we got new ones. I didn't cut his cord, but I did spray it down. She's still over here. Yeah, so basically I weighed them and tagged them right there, and I just kind of walked them back over here, and she's fine. Thought I heard more. I don't know if it's these ones that made all that noise, or you got some cool coloring view. You can tell they're pregnant. There's got to be at least 6 babies coming out of these 3. She looks like she's got quads, but she looked that big last year and only had 1. Yeah, you see why I like to use those bigger tags. I still have her old tag, just no point in, I need to retag her right now. I'd have to update the registry or to change the tag number. Yeah, it's that one making the noise over there. Another set of twins. She's not done. She could have another, but not gonna mess around with her today. Gotta go to work. Like I said, they always find the dirtiest spots. That one's real chocolate brown. Let's see what it is. That leaves 6 more pregnant girls. There's 5 laying down over there behind me. And then there's one at the feeder. She's got them almost dried off already, so she probably had them in the last half an hour. Already nursing. But still got to pass the placenta, or she could be having another one. That's why I'm not gonna go in there and mess around with her. Plus I have the baby in my arms, can't really jump fences right now. The chocolate brown one is a girl. Can't see the other one, I can't tell the color on the other one, is so wet still. That's a pretty cool color. And we got 2 more girls. Got that cord hanging. Girls. Twins. She's laying down. She might have another one coming. She holds her babies. She holds her weight a little different. She might have another one in there. These 2 are already up nursing.